What's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Republic. Today we're going to do a quick dive into what happened today in the the Senate impeachment trial. One of the moments of the day that kind of was exciting, the rest of it was more dull repetition, was when Kentucky Senator Rand Paul submitted a question for the impeachment for the prosecution, Adam Schiff's team, and for Donald Trump's defense team. And Chief Justice John Roberts refused to ask the question. So I had this in my earbuds at work. I was in my office and I was like, what's going on here? And I really wanted to know what Rand Paul wanted to know. And so Rand Paul immediately went out to the press, and he actually told them what his question was. And I respect the hell out of him for that, because a lot of people wouldn't be willing to do that. But he mentioned that he did not plan on or want to out the whistleblower because no one knows who the whistleblower is, which is supposed fact. That's what Adam Schiff says. He doesn't know who the whistleblower is. And so it kind of blew my mind when I was listening to what he was saying, and I wanted to go over it with you guys, because if this is in fact factual in any way, heads need to roll, and there needs to be a super deep investigation into these individuals, because the person in question is actually a staffer on Adam Schiff's team. Okay, it says here on the Washington Examiner, of course this is NewsGuard approved, Chief Justice John Roberts rejects Rand Paul's question naming the alleged whistleblower. Yeah, it doesn't seem biased at all to you. Well, I guess it would seem biased after you find out what the question was. Chief Justice John Roberts rejected an attempt by Senator Rand Paul to name the alleged Ukraine whistleblower in the form of a written question during President Trump's Senate impeachment trial. Paul, a Kentucky Republican, minutes later Thursday spoke to reporters and read the question Roberts refused to read aloud. Quote, "I can tell you that my question made no reference to any whistleblower or any kind of person or a complaint from a whistleblower. I will read you the question so it can be made a part of the public record," Paul said. "Manager Schiff and counselors for the president, are you aware that House Intelligence Committee staffer Sean Misko had a close relationship with Eric Ciaramella?" Yes, I said his name. "When at the National Security Council together? Are you aware, and how do you respond to the reports that Ciaramella and Misko may have worked together to plot impeaching the president before there were formal House impeachment proceedings?" Now, if my memory serves, Sean Misko, this guy here, is actually a staffer for Adam Schiff. And Eric Ciaramella was a staffer for Joe Biden. And Eric Ciaramella was a staffer for Joe Biden when all the Ukrainian stuff was going on. When he had his son on the board of Burisma and all this. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah. It kind of links things together in a way that's more cohesive, and it kind of paints a picture as to the potential wrongdoing. I'm not saying these guys are totally guilty, but the potential of wrongdoing is very, very prominent here. Paul justified his question, saying that it made no reference to the whistleblower. And this is true. Listen to this. The manager Schiff says he has no knowledge. If he has no knowledge, then the rest of us can have no knowledge of who the whistleblower is. That's what Rand Paul said. It's true. The president's team says they have no knowledge of who the whistleblower is. So if no one knows who the whistleblower is, I can say any name I want. You can't. Who are you protecting if you don't know who you're protecting? Adam Schiff. It blows my mind that so many people believe this guy after all the lies he's told. But he went out and said that he didn't know the whistleblower or like to meet with the whistleblower. Then comes to find out that his staff met with the whistleblower. And of course, Sean Misko is a part of his staff, met with the whistleblower, but he doesn't know who the whistleblower is. But he's trying to protect the whistleblower, so he doesn't want to out the whistleblower. You can't have it both ways. Democrats should be aware of this. If you don't know who the whistleblower is, Senator Rand Paul can say any name he wants. But the fact that John Roberts kind of quashed that possibility, Chief Justice just said no question on it, it kind of showed a little bit of bias to me, and that's kind of worrying. And so, excuse me. So if Schiff has no knowledge of who the whistleblower is, and the Republicans have no knowledge, then he can't be outing the whistleblower. He says, quote, "I think It was an incorrect finding to not allow a question that makes no reference, Paul said. It means that anybody ever said might have been a whistleblower could never be discussed in a proceeding. I think it's very important whether or not a group of Democratic activists, part of the Obama-Biden administration, were working together for years looking for an opportunity to reach the president. Now, if memory serves, Misko and Ciaramella have been working together for years trying to oust the president, almost since his inauguration. And if this is the case, heads need to definitely roll. And I'm not saying these guys are guilty, because they might not. But let me just show you who we're talking about. This is Sean Misko. Yeah. Look into those gleeful eyes. Tell me it doesn't make you feel all warm and fuzzy all over. I don't know if that's... You tell me if that looks nefarious to you, or if it looks like a Teddy Ruxpin doll. I don't know. I'm not saying that this guy is a bad guy, but there are definite questions that need to be answered. And if this is a prime example of the truest deep state, if this is true in any way. So I hope that Bill Barr gets together a team to look into these people. They worked at the NSC. So, I mean, these guys work for the National Security Council. They have information, they have means that most Americans could never dream of. They could concoct all kinds of crazy things. And then this guy goes and staffs for Adam Schiff. It's just too convenient. It's way too convenient. And Ciaramella was a staffer for Joe Biden. Way too convenient. And I think it needs to be looked into. But hey, that's just me. I'm just doing this for the Republic. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think that these guys are part of this deep state operation? Do you think it's possible they work together with like Comey and McCabe and Strzok and Page and Bruce Orr, Nellie Orr and Christopher Steele? Do you think that this may have been Peter Strzok's insurance policy? Because they talk greatly about the insurance policy just in case the unlikely event you die before you're 40. But that was not what they were doing to damage Donald Trump preemptively. They were trying to stop him from being elected. So after that didn't work, the insurance policy had to kick in, and these guys are working at NSC, and all reports say that other employees heard them bad-mouthing the president from inauguration on and talking about ousting him and figuring out ways to get him impeached. I say that Bill Barr needs to look into this like immediately with a microscope. I think that John Durham needs to, whenever he's done looking into the wrongdoings that occurred previously over the last few years, needs to look at these guys, and I think that these gentlemen here need to be under some type of surveillance, because questions need to be answered. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. They're down below. Share this video on social media with all your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next video.